In the middle of a cost of living crisis and people up and down this country facing geopolitical issues, still cultural problems, the border crisis still getting worse, well, the London politicos are too busy plotting against each other. The former Prime Minister, David Cameron, was spotted with Oliver Dowden, who's recently just resigned as a Tory party chairman. And we have, on the one hand, you've got the lefties and the idiots like Starmer and the Labour Party being completely incompetent, not knowing exactly what they stand for. The mainstream media are just there to stir the pot. And then these guys are plotting to replace Boris Johnson with an even more left-wing leader. Yeah, it's like the Labour Party. Every time they lose elections, say, well, we lost because we weren't left-wing enough. Now the Mayfair lot of West London, they went to this members club in Mayfair, and they decided to have this essentially, well, allegedly, by the way, allegedly, but we all know from the sources that what sort of stuff has happened before, especially this place, that it's known for being the center of plots for Tory politicians. It's all about revenge. It's Operation Revenge, because the Cameroon Times, they never wanted someone like Boris Johnson to be leader. And now, Oliver Dowden, in the letter they sent to Boris Johnson to resign as party chairman, they said, "We cannot carry on with business as usual, and somebody must take responsibility." He was very passive-aggressive. He didn't directly attack the Prime Minister. And at the same time, we all know what was going to come next, because a senior government source said that he's on the David Cameron side of the party, and he's got his revenge in early. Yeah, I mean, the Cameron side of it, the liberal Tory side of the party, they never wanted someone like Boris to be in charge anyway. So what they tried to do, their best, was to completely infiltrate and to completely change the agenda. And it's actually happened. Now, Boris Johnson is facing a lot of other issues. The guy has completely lost control of his own party and government. He's facing the Privileges Committee, which we're going to find out is basically a prime minister version of impeachment, like what they have in America, not as powerful. But we're going to find out if he misled Parliament. If he lied to Parliament, then they will be forced to resign if he does. And then we have the contenders. Now, look at this list. You've got only one or two that I'll be like, okay, actually, only one. The rest of them. Tom Tugendhat, top left, he's still relatively new, and he's generally still on the center of the party, left of the party, but he's very strong on China, which is good. Liz Truss, again, she's been very much and proactively, vocally backing Boris Johnson. You might say that, of course, she has to because she's a part of the cabinet, but she might be a lost cause. Jeremy Hunt. Yeah, move on from Jeremy Hunt. Why would you even bother? Again, Nadim Zahawi, I have no idea why he's on the list. He's somehow accidentally joining that list, even though nobody wants him. Rishi Sunak, nobody could trust him. Ben Wallace is pretty competent. He seems to be a good guy, but he's not. Is he charismatic enough? Not really sure. Again, he's part of the main part of the elite at the top of the government. Of course, then you've got Tobias Ellwood. I'm not sure why he's still a Tory. So of all these people, Penny Mordaunt is the only one that stands out because she's just getting on with the job and she's not getting into any drama. She's not bound down to any of these agendas that we're seeing these days. So he's good. I mean, she's not perfect. There are certain things that she said I disagree, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody is perfect. Otherwise, this situation is not really looking good because the person I want is not on that list. It's Lord David Frost. And we have updates for you guys throughout the day. And we're going to give you updates on Matt Hancock, yeah, Lord David Frost, and what he's actually up to, and a number of other issues, including what happened the weekend in Glastonbury, the Festival of Chaos. So subscribe to the channel. We're going to come back in half an hour. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.